sister played the violin, and I was always kind of like pressured. Well, I wasn't like pressured, I think that's the word, but like people always ask me like, oh, what instrument do you play? And then my mom just like signed me up for piano lessons when I was in kindergarten, and I was like, okay. Or I took piano lessons, and then in 3rd grade, I remember we had an assembly where our orchestra teacher came out and like showed people the string instruments, and she saw the bass, and I was like, I want to play the bass because it's the exact opposite as my sister, because my sister played violin, like I said. And in 7th grade, we had a day in orchestra where we just switched instruments, and I started playing cello, and I was like, this is so much fun. And like I didn't know how to play cello, but I just like liked it. And it was just like small, and I felt like I liked the big, like the range of it, because like I can go from like up here to like down here, and I don't know, I just really liked it. So luckily my bass teacher was also a cello teacher, so I kind of was talking to her for a little bit about it, and she's like, oh yeah, you should totally do that. So my mom and I went out and rented like a super cheap cello, and then I just started bringing it to my bass lessons, and like 20 minutes at the end of every lesson we just do cello. My mom and I kind of realized this is too much and I'm gonna have to pick one and stick with it, and there was kind of really no question that I would stick with cello, even though I'd only been playing it for like under a year, but I already loved it so much more than I loved bass and piano. And yeah, just since then I've played cello. And now this is my 5th year playing cello, and I played bass for about 5 years. Okay, my favorite piece to listen to is probably this piece. It's a Brahms string quintet, so that's 2 violins, a cello, and 2 violas. And he wrote it like originally as his kind of like last opus, like this was gonna be the last piece he wrote, and eventually like it turned out not being the last piece he wrote because he like wrote for the oboe or something. And I love it. This is the first movement, and I love listening to it, and it's just like so victorious and just puts me in such a good mood. So here's the beginning of it. So this is my favorite piece to play. It's the last movement of String Quartet number 12 in F major. And I know it so well. Like I probably have it memorized because I've played it so many times, and it's so much fun to play it like really fast. And whenever me and my friends are just kind of like sitting around, we're like, let's sight read. Let's play the American, because we all have the music in our binders because we play it so often. So, sorry. Compared to like all my friends and stuff, I've been playing cello for a very short amount of time. I've only been playing for 5 years, and I was talking about it with my friends last night, and they were all saying like, oh yeah, I've played since I was 5 years old, so I've played for 13 years, and like I've played for 10 years, and then there's just me like, what's up? And like it was really hard kind of deciding whether or not I wanted to study music in college, because I love it and I love cello so much, and like if I could I would, but like just like simple enough, I'm not good enough. And like I know that sounds harsh, but like just being like straight faced and like having to accept the fact that like playing cello won't be a viable option for my lifestyle, if that makes sense. So that was kind of a really hard decision to make. It's kind of like giving up your dream almost, but like I'm not really giving it up, because I'm going to Tufts University next year, and I specifically chose Tufts because it's very easy to pursue your other passions other than just like academia. Well, the best part about playing cello is probably just the community and the friends that I've made through it. I have 2 super, like, my best friends in Chamber Music Connection, and are Crystal Belvin and Joe Saperstein, and we're just kind of like a crew, and like we chill together, and they both play cello, and me and Crystal are so similar. Like we both started playing cello around the same time, and like we both kind of have like the same struggles, in our playing and like the same kind of, I don't know, we're just so similar in so many ways musically, and it's awesome just to have someone who like knows what I feel like and like knows, I don't know. What I've learned most about myself through playing cello and practicing is that I'm too hard on myself. And especially like in the last 2 years, like in the past year I've kind of like tried to correct myself and like try and like not be so hard on myself. But it took me a while to learn that like even slow progress is progress. So like for example, currently in this one piece, there's this huge shift that I'm playing for my senior solo, and it is so hard. And I've drilled it every single day practicing for the past 2 weeks, and I'm still like not happy with it, but I have definitely made a lot of progress since when I first like started playing the piece. And just kind of having to recognize that like even slow progress is still progress was really hard for me, because I'm one of those people who like wants things like right now, and like I want to be able to do it right now, like I want to be like Yo-Yo Ma right now. But I have to accept that life doesn't work that way, and you have to like work for what you want, and you have to just not be so hard on yourself. I was always that person that was like, I'm never gonna put stickers on my cello case. But then, okay. So this is Beethoven, my favorite composer. And then this is Mendelssohn, my other favorite composer, and he's also my favorite composer to play. Like probably my favorite piece of classical music was composed by him. My biggest influence through my entirety of playing cello has been Chamber Music Connection, CMC, and it's a very like non-competitive kind of chamber music, so like quartets, trios, quintets, sextets, septets, nonets, octets, all that, and like chamber orchestras. And that's where I've made like most of my friends, or like all of my music friends, and it's just such a cool thing to be a part of like the Columbus music community, because there's so many times where I'll be talking to someone from another school and I'll be like, oh my god, do you know so and so? And they'll be like, oh yeah, he's really good at cello. And I'll be like, oh my god, no way, I'm like really good friends with him. And it's just like, it's so weird to have all these connections with these people that you didn't know about just through music. And I think that's really what made me love classical music and love chamber music. And it's just having that like unified feeling playing in a quartet with no conductor. Like you all have to rely on each other. It's like a team effort. It's like team music. I will never quit cello. I can like confidently say that. I mean, if anything, it'll be like I stopped playing for a few years because I'm busy, but I don't think I'd ever like sell my cello for anything else. Like I'd always just keep it around and just whip it out every once in a while and play some notes or like a scale or something and like see if I still got it. But at this current point in my time, I can definitely see myself like joining just like community orchestras that like aren't a very big deal, and just like, or like teaching lessons for extra money. Like that's what my sister's doing right now. Like she hasn't played violin in the past like 4 years, but she still knows how to play. So now in her apartment, she's just like giving lessons. So you can take the cello away from the girl, but you can't okay, you can take the cello.
You can take the cello away.
You can take the girl, but you can't take the cello out. Wait.
You can take the cello from the girl, but you can't take the. You can take the girl from the cello, but you can't take the cello out of the girl.